we had gone deeper down the Amazon rabbit hole than like he was.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah.
My God.
I mean, I have people that told me that they found a 60-foot anaconda.
Well, scientists in the Amazon rainforest may have found the world's biggest snake.
So
What are
it's
your
sort of
thoughts
different.
on giant anacondas?
That there are 30-foot anacondas. Now, 30 is a big anaconda, but you're talking about those mysterious, like 50, 100-footers.
The untamed nature of the Amazon always has something unsettling to offer. Mysterious creatures that defy belief, or sightings that will send shivers down your spine. Get ready to see what they recorded in the Amazon jungle that nobody could believe. If you think you've seen the biggest snake, then this sneaky slitherer will probably blow your mind. Villagers of the Amazon rainforest were in for a surprise when they saw this beast in the water in their way. It turned out to be a gigantic anaconda. Just one look at the sheer size of this thing is enough to let you know to maintain your distance. Its big, bulging belly was proof of its recent meal, and was probably on its way to a resting spot to digest in peace. I gotta give credit to the guy who recorded the clip up close. Titanoboa? You never know what might be lurking just below the surface, just like this guy who was flying his drone trying to capture the serene view of the river and caught this beast of a snake slithering under the water. Just look at the size of that thing. Some said it was the legendary Titanoboa, while others believed it could be a mythical river monster strolling under the surface. But it's unfortunately remained a mystery. Crawling surprise. Just when you think you've seen it all out in the wild, there's always something a little bigger and a little scarier slithering in the hidden corners. Have a look at this giant snake, captured crawling out of the bushes, and seemed to be entering a hole in the ground. People on the internet tried to identify what kind of snake it was. Many even thought the clip was a hoax. But if it was real, snakes are already scary reptiles. Now, imagine the havoc this giant could wreak. I know, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that thing. Swollen slitherer. An exploration trip of a young adventurer took a terrifying turn when he came across a massive python lying in murky water. With a huge bulge in its belly, the predator was resting after having a heavy meal. Although these African pythons are non-venomous, they are very good constrictors. So if you ever come across such a ginormous serpent, it's better to maintain a safe distance. Just like this guy, who after clicking a few seconds of this swollen reptile, decided to leave it to enjoy its digestion. Stuck skeleton. This clip, captured from a very furiously flowing river, featured a very bizarre scene. It looked like an animal was stuck in the tree, with its body trying to float away with the flow. But the way its horns were wound up into tree trunks, it wasn't possible. Netizens tried to figure out what went down with the poor animal, as its body seemed nearly intact. It was probably trying to cross the river, but couldn't bear the brutal water flow, got stuck in there, and ended up becoming a victim to the river. River apparition. While going about his usual tasks by the river, a farmer was suddenly unsettled by an abnormal disturbance in the water. It started from a single point and then spread all over, and it looked like something or someone lurked just beneath the surface. Onlookers gathered, attempting to identify the source of the disturbance, but it was nearly impossible to see through the murky water. Suddenly, two huge bunches of bushes emerged, surprising everyone. Were these grasses responsible for the disturbance, or was there something else altogether that tricked the audience? The answer to this question remained elusive. Giant salamander. Out and about in the wild, this guy ended up capturing something very rare and unique. Underwater, he noticed a giant creature with a flat mouth and spotted skin, just lying, unbothered by the guy's And if you're thinking, what's so rare and unique about it? Well, this is actually a giant Chinese salamander, a species so elusive that it's thought to be critically endangered, and that's because they're losing their habitat. Amazon River Rescue.
Got it.
Now, up with the weird stuff. Let's have a look at a heartwarming rescue within the Amazon River. A group of villagers were passing by when they noticed something lying unresponsive in the water. One of the guys jumped in and found out that there was a baby manatee stuck in there. So he took it upon himself to save the little one from the green algae-ridden water. Everyone cheered when he successfully took it out of the water, cleaned it up, and took it with them to help feed it.
This is very blended fish. Normally this live
Crawling vampire.
Oh my gosh.
This clip spreading on the internet caught something very strange that left netizens completely spooked. A very bizarre-looking creature was crawling on the ground. Its lack of any visible facial features made it all the more spooky. Its short legs bent at a weird angle. Look at the way it walked on the ground. People on the spot were baffled to see the crawling being, and the internet brewed with speculations that it was some creepy mythical creature. But soon, the mystery was solved when the guy who uploaded the video revealed that the creature was actually a vampire bat he captured at North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro. Who would have thought that a bat could look like this? Ride in the river. A tour group out on a safari ride witnessed something very unusual. In the middle of the flowing river, they noticed that something or someone was drifting away with the water. But who was in there, and did they need help? Let's have a look again. Is that a trunk? So the drowning creatures were elephants traveling in the river. But don't worry about them going underwater, as they're actually known for being quite good swimmers. Forest flame. In a Brazilian forest, something strange occurred earlier this year. Locals captured a huge glowing frame, much larger than usual, shining brightly in the distance. What made it even stranger was that it didn't produce any smoke or heat, and its color changed from orange to greenish. It resembled more of a glowing human shape. After some time, it vanished behind some bushes, leaving everyone astonished. People online became very curious and discussed what it might be, but no one could identify this unusual event. Sneaky stone. This man out in the wild stumbled upon a bizarre sight. A huge stone was found moving on the ground. How did that stone even move? It also appeared to have 4 tiny appendages. Did that help in the moving? Well, the guy just picked it up and placed it inside a bag. Many people thought that it was a remote-controlled stone, but with little to no proof, the mystery of the moving stone has persisted. Thrashing leaf. Imagine going out into your backyard and you see this thing. It's performing some serious acrobatics. Did you see those backflips? Lying among dried leaves, it looks just like them, but this one was a little too enthusiastic about it. People thought that it was an alien that ended up in the backyard, while others thought it might be an unexplored species. Known or not, this one sure gave an impressive little performance. Mud shooting. Is this ground shooting mud? This strange sight was observed by a farmer while he was working at his field. Amidst the long bushes, a pretty big well had appeared, and it was bubbling. Now the farmer may not have an idea, but let me explain this. This commonly occurs where there is methane gas underground, and I think the farmer just got lucky finding a natural gas pocket there. Velociraptor. If you think dinosaurs don't exist now, watch this. At first, it might appear to be some known animal, but as soon as this person removed the cloth, you could see what it was hiding. A prehistoric life form that quickly ran away after being freed. This video has caused a stir on the internet, with many claiming it to be a perfect Photoshop. However, since no official statement has been made, the government may be trying to hide something from the world, or maybe they're bringing back Jurassic World. Well, who knows? Where's the worm? Now, get ready to be spooked. This clip seemed to have captured the most bizarre worm creature. A pale, long worm-like thing was moving on the water's surface, and just as the man touched it with his stick, did it dissolve and just disappear? Well, it sure did. People on the internet are losing their minds trying to figure out what this thing could be. Many thought it was some alien creature. Don't forget to share your thoughts about it in the comments. Swamp mystery. This group of fishermen were out on a night expedition when they had the most harrowing encounter. While collecting their fishing nets, one of the guys suddenly jumped in the water. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would he jump in the water? That's exactly what I thought. So let's take a closer look at this. Did you see that? That black hand emerged out of the water and pulled the guy in by his hand. What was that thing? According to local legends, there's a spooky creature living in that area that hunts whatever it can when it's hungry. No one knows the truth behind the theory, but nothing else seems to have explained the disappearance so far. Creepy humanoid. A bizarre, tiny creature was found somewhere on a farm, and this farmer didn't know what it was. Its baby-like appearance looked like it had just been born, but with hair covering its body, it seemed a little suspicious, as animals' newborns are usually completely hairless. Its bizarrely huge eyes and wide-open mouth didn't look like anything seen before. So if you have any ideas about what this might be, drop them in the comments. Dogman. Out in the woods, you never know what you might find next. Like this group exploring the forest who never expected to witness the alleged dogman in broad daylight. A tall, black-haired humanoid creature was hiding behind a tree. Now the group was shocked to even see it there. Even though the group claimed they had seen the dogman, skeptics believed it was probably just a tree trunk, as these creatures were nothing but a product of human imagination. Creepy worm. Here's another weird creature trying to intimidate the camera. Its facial features looked like it was either deformed or a mutant. The worm-like thing seemed aggressive and tried to attack the guy recording, and looked completely out of place. The guy was shocked to see it, and had no idea what it was. The clip, when posted online, sparked a lot of theories and speculations. Some said that the creature was something out of this world, while others believed it was just a hoax. Amazonian cryptid. This odd-looking critter was found somewhere in the Amazonian region, lying upside down with a really tiny body. The guy who recorded the clip found it in a pretty remote area while he was out, and thought that it was a mythical cryptid. Some people on the internet seem to believe the guy saying it looked like a juvenile skinwalker. Maybe it was deceased and someone had left it here so that no one would find it. But unfortunately, the guy unintentionally came across this. Hobbit people.
There's another theory that this was a subspecies of macaque with variant coloration.
Sometimes such bizarre sightings occur that make you believe the possibility of the impossible. Although believed to be extinct, this one video circulating on the internet tells a different story. A guy captured this creepy scene on his trip in the woods, and believed he had seen a hobbit person, a short, stubby being with long hair, and when it realized it was being filmed, that creature dashed away. Many people on the internet dismissed it as a hoax, while evolution enthusiasts consider it good enough proof of the Hobbit's existence.
The only thing there wasn't debate about is that this creature had never been seen before.
White blob. These men out in the woods captured a truly bizarre sight. There were huge, dusty blobs lying on the ground. When they opened it up, they found strange, pristine white eggs inside, and they seemed to be hunting for them, equipped with tools and all. The clip sent the internet into a spiral trying to figure out what these guys had captured, but no one seemed to know for sure what they were. If you have any guesses, let me know in the comments. Zombie fish. Now, have a look at this bizarre-looking fish. It looked like its mouth had been cut off, or was just not there. The guy recording the video touched the fish with his hand, but it remained motionless. But it was captured swimming, so it couldn't have passed away. Was this fish playing tricks? Or is this peculiar sighting trying to reveal some creepy facts? Church calling. This guy went on a kayaking trip in the Louisiana swamp and had a very spooky experience. In the middle of the pitch-black night, equipped with a flashlight and camera, he rowed his boat when, out of nowhere, he heard a strange church bell call. The guy, scared out of his wits, couldn't tell where the sound was coming from, as he was surrounded by miles of water. The bell rang for some time before fading away. He searched the nearby area to see if someone was playing a prank on him, but didn't see anything. And the bell sound has remained a mystery to this day. Anomalous swimmer. This man's outdoor trip went a little bit off the rails when he saw something strange flowing in the water, and before he could understand, it just dipped into the water and disappeared. People thought it was just a log of wood in the water, but the guy was sure it was some water-dwelling animal making an appearance. Let's watch it again. See the way it ducked into the water? Wooden logs aren't able to do that. So, could it be some anomalous swimmer trying to get attention? Or maybe some unexplored creature is just waiting to be discovered? Share your thoughts down below. Fictional or real? A walk along the river turned into a one-on-one with a fictional world, as the guy, strolling around, noticed something huge and pale lying in the water. When he went in for a closer look, he was shocked to see a huge crab arm with its claw intact. He was convinced that it was a giant mud crab arm from the Elder Scrolls video games. But many internet folks said that the creature was just a work of fiction and couldn't exist in real life. Plus, that pale color also made it even more of a mystery. The guy recording the clip didn't take it with him, and it's remained a puzzle ever since. Bush eater. A huge network of tentacles connected to a strange opening in the middle, with bizarre bushes attached to each tentacle, putting nearby stuff in its mouth. What this thing is and how it ended up on our planet are questions that buzzed through the internet, which nobody could explain. Some said it was an alien collecting our Earth samples, while others called it a scientist's experimental creature. However, before more theories could originate, marine biologists jumped in, describing it as a sea cucumber on a feeding frenzy. And here's how they normally look while eating. And yeah, this creature was from our very own Earth. And I guess we've got enough unexplored weirdness we still need to understand. Manatees kayaking. When these guys signed up for a kayaking trip, they probably didn't expect it would feature this giant manatees. The guys on the boats were equal parts scared and fascinated by the gentle aquatic giant passing under their boat. One wrong move, and they would end up in the water. But the big guy was in a good mood and slid right through. So, if you're adventurous and love manatees, this one would be right up your alley. Floating background. A man out in the wild stumbled upon a very bizarre sight. Looking from the distance, it looked like the ground was just floating away. What's going on there? Well, it's not like the land got feet and decided to go for a stroll, but this turned out to be a mudslide, meaning the land wasn't strong enough to support the ground. So, even a little environmental change caused the land to slide away on its own. And it's really important to keep your distance when you see something like this, as you never know when it'll take a turn for the worst. Apia Die. Our planet is home to a huge variety of life. Some we know and others we don't yet. And this clip seemed to have captured the latter. when a man went out and captured this creature, a bird flying underwater. Netizens thought that the critter wasn't real and was set up by someone to trick others, but upon investigation, it turned out to be an Apia Die, also known as a sea hare. It sure has some deceiving looks for such odd features. Swift Hunter. This clip, posted online, seemed to have captured some strange underwater business. It might look like that blackfish is attacking the little red one, but if you look closely, you will notice that the blackfish squeezed something out of the other fish. And no, it's not life. These are the Siamese fighting fish, and you might think they've taken the name seriously, but that's just how their mating happens. The black male fish squeezed out the eggs, which caused the female to get temporarily paralyzed, but eventually it got back to normal. Emerging bottom. People on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean saw something terrifying. At first, people thought it looked like a road had emerged from the water below, and it did look like a road. Some also said it was a platform extended by the ship. But actually, it turned out to be a pumice raft, a thick layer of porous rock formed by volcanic activity underwater. That's how it normally looks floating all over the water. Here's another clip of a similar incident recorded in Haryana, India, where a road emerged out of the water. People gave numerous theories trying to figure out what exactly went down, and though it was due to the methane gas trapped underground, it turns out that heavy rains caused the road to sink, and then, suddenly, the land absorbed all the water and swelled up. Spiny Crawler. What's tiny, spiny with pretty patterns, and has nightmare-inducing movements? This little creature right here. Just looking at the way it moves is giving me the creeps. The guy who found it on a leaf filmed it, and the video blew up as people tried to identify it. And they finally discovered that it was a sea mouse, a little water-dwelling creature known for being an active predator. And with its looks, I think we can easily say that this guy always scores. Flaming buds. Looks like this guy has found something odd in the forest. A tree with pristine white buds. But wait, just when that guy put a matchstick close to it, the match lit up. What? Is this tree emitting flames of fire? The clip made rounds on the internet, but no one could tell what the tree was. The man put the white stuff inside a glass full of water, and the matchstick was still lit. If you have any guesses about what that tree is, do let me know down in the comments.
ये सामान मैंने अभी तोड़ के देखा है, ठीक है? ये पूरा झाड़ है.
Wild waves. Check out this lake, splashing with crazy upward waves. The group of adventurers encountered this bizarre scene and were unable to understand what it was. It was only later that someone revealed there had been HARP technology testing going on in the lake that day. And if you're wondering what HARP is, well, it's the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. It studies the ionosphere, the highest part of the atmosphere. Chasing orb.
Get back.
Have you ever had a feeling that someone is keeping an eye on you? But the guy in this footage was not only stalked, he was chased, and not by a humankind, but by an orb-like object. Yeah, the alien-related orb shape, a big, black, round orb. The guy tried using a stick to stop it, but to no avail. Many people have speculated that these dark chasing spheres are up to no good. So try to avoid it, if you ever are unfortunate enough to encounter one. Alien bug.
Outside of the town. In the comments.
As if the disappearing worm wasn't enough, here's another long worm-like bug. This one's transparent and all the more weird. Its entire body glowed a neon yellow. It's like electricity passed through its body and it lit up where it traveled. Netizens called it an alien bug due to its alien-like features. Even the internet experts were unable to tell what this worm was, and it's remained a mystery to this day.
Like some weird alien bug.
Humo Fish. If you're thinking this is a baby mouth, then you're sorely mistaken. This odd-mouthed creature was actually a fish a fisherman caught. With its huge lips and human-like teeth, it was nothing like their usual catches, and its strange appearance was quite unsettling. The internet went into a spiral of speculations, with some saying it was an experimental creature of human and fish, while others thought that the clip wasn't real in the first place. String Symbiote. This might look like a tangled up mess of black string, but just wait till you see it move around on its own. A man found this bizarre moving string among a bunch of trash. He was sure that he witnessed some alien organism, but skeptics had other ideas, saying the clip was computer generated. Some even thought that the black string creature was actually a symbiote creature looking for a host. Alien nature.
Here's just a strange call that we had tonight. An elderly couple report.
This pale, upside-down creature was washed ashore on a beach, and a beachgoer had the chance to capture it.
There had been a couple before it was damaged.
The guy believed that it was probably an otherworldly creature that had somehow ended up there. People on the internet also said that the critter with tentacle-like arms was some paranormal being haunting the region. And it's always the most unexpected of places where the weirdest things are found.
Usually when we find animals like this, they turn out to be either some kind of birth defect or
jelly-like catch. Now have a look at this strange-looking thing a guy found on his fishing expedition. At first, it looked like a fish with a horn on the top of its head, but when the camera panned down, the thing seemed to have limbs. But fish are supposed to have fins instead of limbs. And to top it all off, it also had a long tail at the end of its body. And the see-through, jelly-like body was something that wasn't caught by any fisherman before. Someone on the internet posited that as most of Earth's oceans are unexplored, this creature might have been from the depths. Others also thought it might be an undiscovered species of reptile, and that its body somehow resembled a chameleon. Backyard mystery. A mouse, mole rat, or something entirely different, this creature captured in a man's backyard has stumped everyone. With no eyes to be found, 2 holes for a nose, and 2 outward teeth on the lower part of its mouth, its appearance didn't seem to resemble anything we've seen. The clip spread like wildfire online and started a frenzy of speculations, with some saying it was either a mutant rodent or it might be some undiscovered species. It's truly scary how such creatures could be existing alongside us, and we don't even know about them. This picture going around on the internet featured a giant anaconda from a clip that went viral, leaving people stunned.
Our Verify team's sorting fact from fiction when it comes to all those viral videos.
The enormous snake was found swimming in the middle of a Brazilian river. Just look at the size of that thing, spanning from one side of the river to the other. It was believed to be around 50 feet long.
Claiming to show a 50-foot anaconda swimming across a Brazilian river.
Now, many people doubted the reality of the clip, saying it was computer-generated, and later, the video was debunked, regardless of its hyper-realism.
You look at the top left corner, you can clearly see a road up ahead.
But some wildlife enthusiasts still believe that such a huge anaconda could exist somewhere on Earth.
The video from April 12th, 2018. For those that don't speak Portuguese, the title reads, "Giant Anaconda Crossing the Road."
Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.